What were your first reactions to Newberry closing?
Fuck.
And?
Shit.
When you found out that Newberry was closing, what was your first reaction?
When I found out that Newberry was closing, I was pissed.
I don't like this question.
Can you tell me what it was like to live on campus as a freshman at Newberry College?
My freshman year, I absolutely hated Newberry. I didn't like living in Wilton and walking down the halls and seeing like doors along each side. I felt like it reminded me of a jail. And the hallways were always really gross. And I hated the whole communal bathroom. I just thought it was always dirty. I didn't like sharing the bathroom with people. I didn't like how people who lived on my floor would just always come into my room and hang out with me in my room, and I just didn't personally want them coming in. Everyone just was super friendly with each other, and I don't know, I personally didn't like it. I also didn't do well academic-wise. I hated interior design in all my classes, and I ended up being on academic probation, and I didn't like any of my teachers. I just overall didn't really like being here in Newberry, and I actually wanted to transfer out, but because my grades are so bad, I wasn't able to. So after freshman year, my first semester, I started meeting with Braz, going into her room and talking to her, and she started to help me really like pick out what major I would be interested in and start to move forward, since I really had no option of leaving Newberry. I actually ended up my sophomore year like finding hobbies and like going out shopping and taking time to like take advantage of the excellent location that Newberry has. And I just started like going to the gym and exercising, and I started to spend time outside, like at the park across the street. I then just started to make like changes in my lifestyle, and it started to make me have more of a better experience overall here at Newberry. How was your first semester here at Newberry?
My first semester here at Newberry was not good at all. I mean, like, I did not do good academically, and I was almost on probation, but I actually wasn't. I like just passed through it. But I did make a lot of close friends who I'm still close with now.
What was your experience playing sports here?
My experience playing sports here was an interesting one. Never really having a home field and always bouncing around, wondering where we're going to play our next game, our next practice, and just overcoming that. So for the past 3 years here at Newberry, we've been working hard to bring in like good guys on and off the field, and like through Coach Bill and like the leadership of our captains, we've established like a family here and just proved that we're better than every other team here on campus. And then this championship just really proved that like it doesn't matter where you're from, what you do, you can go and do anything.
When you found out that Newberry was closing, what was your first reaction?
When I found out that Newberry was closing, I was pissed. I was very upset, mainly because I am someone who likes set plans, and Newberry was obviously that plan. I thought I was going to graduate from here, get my degree, and then go on to get my master's at a different school, at a grad school. But obviously that happened.
What were your first reactions to Newberry closing?
Mostly awkwardness, I guess, because it's like a spot where you don't know what's going to happen next, and you worry that your credits aren't going to transfer, you worry that everything's not going to happen, and it's just like you see the stress of, especially on the soccer team. We started talking in our group chat about how much bullshit was going on. So
How did you feel when you first found out that Newberry was closing?
I felt like extremely in shock because it just didn't seem real to me. And then like once it finally like hit, I think I was very like sad and like actually heartbroken, because I just became to really like the whole atmosphere here. I started to really like feel comfortable since I'm out of state. It just felt like a whole second home. So it just meant that everything was going to change, and I was going to have to adjust to something new. And that made me like extremely sad and like nervous. So what about the soccer team at LaSalle where you're going next year? Tell me about it.
They're not as strong as a program as us, but it will be nice to have a change of environment for a year, kind of start fresh in a way, but not really.
Do you have any fears for the future?
My biggest fear was finding a school that would take all my credits and allow me to like graduate on time, because here at Newberry I had a set plan that I was going to take extra classes and some classes were going to count for others, just because I was so behind after changing my major from interior design. But now that I've chosen LaSalle and I've talked to the advisors and met with them about like how I could graduate on time, I have this set plan that they're going to work with me on, so I feel much more comfortable and I'm not really like scared anymore. But I just think that this is kind of an opportunity for me to move forward with my future. What are your fears for next year?
Since I'm going to MCPHS next semester, I'm nervous that I'm going to be very behind compared to all of my peers. I am going to be taking mainly science classes since that's what I've missed here at Newberry. So that's going to be bio, chem, all of that, and I feel as if everyone else is going to be smarter than me or better than me in a way, and I'm just going to be backtracking.
What are you most looking forward to at MCPHS?
I'm looking forward to actually getting a degree in the field of psychology that I want to get into. I've always wanted to do something in the medical field, so actually being able to take a first step is really exciting.